Hello everyone, Coach Carole here with you again. In this tutorial, I'm going to showcase for you how you can get Chat GPT-4 Omni to help you with writing your stories. And in this one, I'm looking at providing an outline or having Omni provide an outline for a place story. This will be a challenge for some of us in the weare.xyz challenge for June. And if you're interested in that, you can find the weare.xyz community on Facebook. I'll put a link to it underneath. I want to write a story about our very first home when we came to Australia in migrating from England. So I've asked Omni to create an outline and asked it to demonstrate how Chat Omni can help in creating this. I've stated the address and provided a little image of our family arriving at that place. And this is back in the 1940s. So it came up with a very useful outline for writing up this place story with headings that I can use now to create the story. So an introduction about the arrival and a brief overview, some background for historical context and why we emigrated, then a little bit about the actual arrival, the journey, first impressions, and including a detailed photo if I've got one, a little bit about life at that address, daily life, the neighbourhood, significant events or memorable moments that took place at the house. And then some personal memories, any family stories, including anecdotes and personal stories, and its emotional impact on me. Next, legacy, a long-term impact. Discuss how my time at that address influenced my family's future. And a connection to present, if applicable. Mention any connections or visits to the place in recent times. These two items I had not thought of putting into the story, so I was interested in going ahead with those. And then finally, a conclusion that ends up in a reflection to summarize the significance of your address in your family history, and a bit of a call to action to encourage other family members or family historians to share their place stories. It then went on to give some detailed help about how Chat Omni can help you. Such things as generating content, historical context, the structure of the story, editing and refining, and some sample prompts that I might use to help Omni give me some of that feedback. Describe the journey to Australia. What were your first impressions? Can you recall a specific day or event? And how did the neighbourhood feel in that era? So all good points and very usefully described here. Next, I wanted to create an image because I didn't have one of the house so long ago now. If I did have one, it's gone. So I asked for an image of a suburban red house from the 1940s in Australia in summertime. And that was pretty close, but I do recall that there was a white picket fence. So I asked it to recreate with the fence in place. So now I have the beginnings of my story. I can then download that image and include it. Next, I wanted to ask Omni to help me about the process of migrating to Australia after World War II, specifically for independent settlers such as ourselves who were travelling on ships of the Orient Line. And I can include that in my story or a version of it to fit within my narrative. It came back with a very useful little paragraph about the Orient ship lines, known for their reliability and comfort, and ferrying of thousands of hopeful settlers across the sea. The fact that we were at sea for several weeks and navigating through changing climates and diverse oceanic landscapes, which would be true. And certainly on board the blend of excitement and apprehension and forming bonds with other travellers and sharing dreams, things that I could flesh out a little bit more and put my own spin on it. And then I thought I would like it to have a go at writing a bit more about my time on board the ship. So I asked it to write up a bit of a story, a paragraph or two, about my experiences on board the ship as a 4-year-old travelling with my mum and 5 siblings, and put in a few details, just dot points, things about myself and things that I remembered. And it came back with a beautifully written story, the beginning of my journey aboard the Orchidees in 1949. And I'm sure that I'm going to include that in my story about the place as an opening gambit. So in each case, if I like what I see, I can simply copy it and paste it into my repository, wherever I'm going to place it. Might be a Google Doc, it might be a blog. And in my case, I'm going to paste it into my weare.xyz archives, where I can specifically choose to write up about this place that I'm describing inside a feature called place. We'll just move things around on the screen here and show you briefly what that might look like. And for the moment, I've just created a document or an article inside my weare.xyz, and I've put in the outline here to help me piece it together. I could put in my image over here, and then I've got a full article about a place. I'm not ready to publish that one yet, but when I'm ready, I will click the publish button. The beauty of these is that it can be shared with other people. So I can share this whole article with members of my family who might enjoy the reminiscing of a particular place. So coming back to ChatGPT, it's fairly simple to get this started. So it's a series of conversations that you're having with ChatGPT, Omni in this case, because it works so much faster than the other versions. And I really enjoy starting my storytelling with the help of my friend, my mentor, ChatGPT Omni. So why not have a go for yourself? If you are wanting to create a story about a place that's significant to you in your family, perhaps it's something not too long ago, or perhaps as far back as the 1940s for me in this story. So do have a go at using Chat Omni to help you prepare your place story.